Okay, so we're going to do another activity of writing on the tables. We're going to do this pretty extensively, which means we're going to take some time with this and really make sure we're doing this properly. But as we're doing this, if A is the person who's going to write first, which I believe that's how I started, A is going to write first, B is going to talk. And what are you going to say? You see my screen. You're going to say these terms that you know very well, but now you're also going to what did we do yesterday? We got really good at using the calculator. So now you're going to have to make sure not only are you going to talk B, but you're also going to have to calculate. Okay, so I want the calculators opened. I want just one computer is fine for the partnership, but I want you guys working together, but the person that talks has to calculate. Okay, person that's writing just listens to the partner and writes down whatever the partner says. All right, do this strategy properly, and I'll have Miss Alonzo give you some raffle tickets we can put into a raffle. All right, first question. This is an old one. We're going to do a couple old ones and then mix in some new ones. Okay, you may not need a calculator for this one, so go for it. And I'll go ahead and pause it. Okay, so as we see this problem, we have to let me move this down a little bit. Come on now. My mouse is having issues. All right, so let's move this down a little bit and to the side. Remember what to do with these problems, making sure that you take this and plug it in where the y is, okay? So when you do that, you're going to write 2x plus 3, and then you're going to plug in what's in the y. This is old stuff. So later on, I told you the calculator is going to come into play. You're going to have decimals. So you may think this is going to be easy now, which it should be. It definitely should be. I know, but we've been gone for a while, so I get that. But let's make sure we remember what to do. So I would say first replace the variable, then distribute 2x plus 4 with a 3, then combine like terms. And then from there, isolate the variable. 8 into 8, x is going to equal 1. If x equals 1, let's plug in our puzzle piece. That's what I had that drawing over there, you could see. All right, my puzzle piece. So that's going to be 1. Now we're going to keep on going and plug it in. It's going to be y equals. So I wrote this all out over again. Just make sure, remember, I left the x out because I know what the x equals. I'm going to put 1 there. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 4, y equals 6. All right, switch roles. Now B is going to write and A is going to talk. All right, let's move on from here. Actually, I don't even need to do it that way. I can do it this way. So next problem, go for it, guys. Go ahead and push pause, Miss Alonzo. And then I'm going to go ahead and solve this one. All right, so you're going to take this, plug it in right here. All right, so you're going to have 3x plus 1 plus 2y equals 22. Then plug it in. You're going to get 3x plus 3 plus 2y equals 22. Then you're going to combine like terms. Let's make sure, did I do this properly? Is this going to be, oh, this might be a little different. If I do this, I get 5y. I subtract 3. Oh, what did I do wrong? All right, I did a major error here. So hopefully you guys saw it. Let me clear my screen. But if you didn't see it, you noticed I put, this is supposed to go where the y is. It's supposed to go right there. So let me clear my screen. Let's try this again. It's going to go right here. 3x plus 2, x plus 1 equals 22. Distribute. I'm going to get 3x plus 2x plus 2 equals 22. I'm going to get 5x, and then I'm going to subtract this 2 and get 20. I'm going a little quicker now. And 5 goes into 24 times. If I put 4 here, y is going to equal 5. All right? Hopefully you got that. Let's move on to the next one. Switch partners. We're going to go a little quicker. All right, next problem. Oops. All right, now you got to set up the equation. So make sure you set it up properly. We're going to go over this. Push pause if you can, and go ahead and solve this. If you set up the equation properly, it should be, what is it, $40 fee. That's your y-intercept, $10 per month. That's your slope. So your equation should look like this. Y equals 10 per month plus 40. Okay. Then the other one, $55 fee. All right, $55 fee. Pay attention to where I'm putting this because some of you guys are putting this in the wrong spot. And $5 per month. All right, make sure you don't just read it and just start putting it in the equation. You have to understand what the equation means. Now let's go ahead and solve it. 10m plus 40 equals 5m plus 55. Okay, subtract 5m. Subtract 40. I'm doing this all in one step because I'm running out of room. I get 15. 5 into 15, m equals 3. And that's all I really wanted. You could plug it back in to give me the money, but this tells you how many months it took. It took 3 months to have the same amount of money. If you plug it back in, it's going to tell you how much money they had after 3 months. What was that same amount? Okay. Switch roles. Switch roles. Let's go. Next problem. All right. Now we're saving a car. How much money was saved? Every month. There's a clue there. And then how much was initially saved? How much was initially saved? That's the y-intercept, the starting point. You guys set up your equations. Try to solve it. All right. Take a look at what I got going on here. This is how it should have been set up. Okay. Super simple. We're going to write it out with them equaling each other, right? All right, so then I have 10m equals 200. So m equals 20. After 20 months, they will have the same amount of money. All right, 20 months. That's a little over that's 2.5 years. All right, no, that's almost 2 years. 24 months would be 2 years, right? 12 months in a year. Now, switch roles. Now we're going to get into some good stuff here. Let's see what we can do. All right, so now you see decimals. Don't let them mess with you. It's the same kind of problem. Let's go ahead and attack this, okay? We got this. So attack it the same way you would. I will read this with you. I'm not going to leave you hanging on this one. Then I'm going to have you guys do some time with the calculator to figure out what's going on here. So first part, let's read the question together. All right, Big Bear Lake is 55.4 degrees, and it increases 1.2 degrees every month heading into summer. Lake Arrowhead is at 58.2 degrees and increases at a rate of 0.4 degrees every month. How many months will it take for them to be at the same temperature? All right, I made up this data. This isn't actual data, but I tried to give you something that you could really think about. Like, okay, this makes kind of some sense here. Y equals, what was the starting point of Big Bear Lake? 55.4 degrees. All right, same idea. And then what is it increasing at? Increasing means it's going to be positive, right? It's not going to be negative. It's going up, not down. 1.2 degrees every month. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. And you could even, instead of writing Y, you could put B for Big Bear Lake. And then this lake, you could put an A for this one because that's going to be Lake Arrowhead's temperature, right? So you could actually put that for the temperature. You could put T for those two. So now, if we're going to do this, Lake Arrowhead is at 58.2 degrees and increases at a rate of 0.4 degrees every month. All right, I'm going to give you some time to go ahead and solve this. 1.2 m plus 55.4 equals 0.4 m plus 58.2. Okay, letters to the left, constants to the right. Go ahead and try to solve this with your calculator. All right, if you did this properly, let's go ahead. I'm not going to switch over to the calculator. You know how to use the calculator. You should have done 0.4 m to the left, and that's going to leave you 0.8 m. Okay? Then you should have subtracted 55.4 from here. Let me do it on my little calculator real quick. 58.2 minus 55.4, 2.8. Obviously I could do that in my with the subtraction, but I'm doing this quick enough that I want to make sure I don't make any mistakes. Because you know, Mr. Marusik, you've noticed recently I've been making little errors here and there. How do you get rid of this 0.8? You divide it. All right, you divide it. So then 2.8 divided by 0.8 equals 3.5. M equals 3.5. If you got there, give yourself a pat on the back. Good job. There was a lot of stuff going on here. All right, clear your board. Let's switch roles. Let's do it again with switching roles. Calculators involved, right? Let's go. All right, next problem. Same kind of idea. All right, so move this over here. Let's read the problem. Let's set up the equation. Johnny wants to save his money for a new iPhone. He already has $100.25, okay? He already has that. That's his y-intercept. That's his starting point. He already has $100.25. And then he saves $55.25 every week. And there's a plus sign there. You can't see it, right? Then Bella wants to save for a phone as well and already has $175.50 and is saving $49 per week. Okay, cool. Very nice. Can we set this up? Let's go. You got this. 55.25 W plus 100.25 equals 49 W plus 175.50. Letters to the left, constants to the right. Go ahead and solve this. You're going to subtract 49. All right. And again, I could do this real quick. I'm just making sure, using the calculator, always making sure, even Mr. Marusik, the math teacher, is making sure he's correct, okay? And then I'm going to subtract 100.25. I'm out of room here. If you just brought it down, that's fine. All right. And we're going to do 175.50 minus 100.25. I got 75.25. Okay? Cool. Now let's go ahead and solve it. What are we going to do eventually? We're going to divide this to both sides. And then 6.25, I can't really do that because this is in my way. All right, it's okay. You're going to divide that 75.25 by 6.25, and you're going to get 12.04. Okay? Awesome. All right, that was the bell for this morning. I want you to try the next two on your own, but they're a little more challenging. I need to double check on them to see how they're doing, but you should have got 12.04. If you don't get to the last two, it's okay, but the next two are going to be interesting, and I'll show you right now. Let me clear this up. And I hope I didn't make any crazy mistakes. If you get negatives on the next one, it's okay. I got to double check it. But for this one, it says it's decreasing. If you're decreasing, let's see, it's going to be, if it's decreasing, you're going to have to make it a negative, right? So let's go ahead and look at this problem and let's set this up. If it's going to be decreasing, it's going to be y equals, what's the starting temperature? A cup of coffee is 115.4 degrees, all right? But it's decreasing at 0.8 degrees every minute, okay? And the next one's going to be y equals, what? It's 118 degrees, but it's decreasing at 0.2 degrees every minute, okay? If you set this up, it actually is going to be a negative. So don't worry, go ahead and try to solve it. Your answer may be negative. That's totally fine. I kind of messed up on this, creating this problem, but your answer will be negative. That's fine. It doesn't make sense in the problem, but if you get the negative answer, that's totally fine. Go for it, guys. And then let me clear the screen, get your answer. Hopefully Miss Alonso can help you with this one. And then let me clear my screen. You got one more left. Switching roles. Try this one out as well. Okay. Do the best you can. It may be a negative answer because I kind of messed up. Period 6, I'll have this fixed for, but your first period, Miss Alonso, this will have a little bit of error, which is fine. You guys do the best you can, and I think I'll have a quizzes for homework for you guys as well on just situations, on just understanding situations like this. Great job, you guys.